I'm Ryan from ExtremeTerrain.com, and this is my review of the Rough Country dual steering stabilizers fitting all 2007 to 2016 JKs. It's important to remember what a steering stabilizer, or more accurately, steering dampener, is designed to do, and that is one thing and one thing only. When the tires hit a bump in the road, the dampener takes up some of that shock so you don't feel all of it up in the steering wheel in your hands. A steering stabilizer is not designed to fix a wobble, certainly to fix death wobble, or to cure bump steer. If you have any of those steering or suspension issues, there are ways to identify them and repair them, and a steering stabilizer is not one of them. However, if you have a broken or leaking steering stabilizer, it does make sense to replace it, and I would replace it with an inexpensive OE style stabilizer. All steering stabilizers are just 50/50 valve shocks, and there isn't a good reason to spend $100, $200, $300 on a steering stabilizer. Now, this setup is designed for those who want the look of a dual steering stabilizer on the front of their Jeep. However, I wouldn't expect this to provide more performance in any way, shape, or form. If anything, this is going to cause more wear and tear on your steering components, which is going to cause them to wear out sooner. If you do decide to run a dual steering stabilizer setup on your Jeep, this isn't a bad kit to get. The brackets are really beefy, the welds look strong, and they're all topped off with a textured black powder-coated finish. Most importantly, the stabilizers that are included in the kit are pretty high quality. They're Rough Country's highest level performance 2.2 shocks, and the kit includes all of the hardware necessary to get all of this installed. This steering stabilizer kit installs on the Jeep pretty easily. The first step is to remove the factory stabilizer, which will come off with just 2 bolts. From there, you can install the bracket that goes on the axle tube, and then the 2 brackets that go on the tie rod. You want to leave everything loose, then install the steering stabilizers themselves and follow the instructions very carefully to make sure you adjust things properly. You want to get it adjusted so that you can still turn the steering wheel all the way from lock to lock without anything binding or bottoming out. The whole installation should take about 2 hours, and you won't need any specialty tools, just some sockets and some wrenches. So if you decide to go with a dual steering stabilizer kit on your Jeep, I think this isn't a bad kit to go with. It's pretty complete, it's well built, and it's priced fairly. However, if you just have a leaking factory steering stabilizer or a bent one, I would recommend replacing it with an OE single steering stabilizer. This is a situation where 2 isn't always better than 1. As I mentioned before, if you have a properly set up suspension, a steering stabilizer is a luxury and not a necessity, and it certainly isn't a cure-all for suspension issues. So that's my review of the Rough Country dual steering stabilizer fitting all 2007 to 2016 JKs that you can find right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.